There are some other things we need, however. You remember the talk about fire and collapse at the end of the last mission? Well, what we need to deal with that is every housing area will need a firehouse and an architect. Both stop the buildings from catching fire and collapsing. I'm also going to give it a police station, which I put in the wrong location, so... That misclick means I burnt some cash. I wanted it to go right there. For that, though, the thing we need is a well. Right there is going to put it in range, and that's for all of that. We actually want our proper housing to be located somewhere else. For the houses we'll be trying to evolve. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17... There. Of course, I'm putting it a little closer to the road than I really should on this occasion, because some of the stuff we'll be unlocking needs a bit more road space, so in the future I'll have to make sure to put these further away from roads. But yeah. Employees are needed. Too few are available to fill jobs. You're going to see that complaint a lot. You don't have enough workers. Get more workers, bruh. Kind of thing. Yeah. Yeah. When I'm in the middle of setting things up like this, what I will do is rapidly pause and then unpause, like so. And next, we need a palace. So, the palace can go right here. And this is something you'll see happen once every mission, because you will get a bit of money when you run out of money. We're going to want a bazaar around here to service those guys, however. As well as a water supply. And we're in debt now, because I spent rather rapidly. But yeah, this mission, unlike a lot of later ones, we don't really have to worry about debt, because the gold mine will make us money. It just takes some time to get moving along, but yeah, the gold mine will mean money. We will be in the money. Just gotta wait for the gold to start flowing. And I'm also gonna put a police station right beside the palace, just as a safety measure. And a firehouse and architect station in that region, so this stuff doesn't collapse, is probably a good idea. Speaking of collapsing, the mines have an unfortunate habit of trying to collapse if they're not maintained, so we'll put an architect's post by my mines, just to avoid that. Yeah, I'm never 100% sure if I have all of this stuff in the correct region to cover the stuff I want it to cover, though, which is a little unfortunate. Oh, and it looks like some of my mines might not be getting workers to them, because maybe they didn't have roads running to them as they needed to. And we now have 500 people living here. Excellent. Yeah. And yeah, now workers can reach all of the mines, so excellent. Excellent. And we're making money, which is a rarity, actually. Police stations have a detrimental effect on desirability. That's interesting. And the gods of Egypt. An Egyptian city cannot truly flourish without suitable places of worship. In the form of temples and shrines, should be located close to homes and must be dedicated to one of the 5 gods. So, dedicate them to Osiris, Ra, Thoth, Set, and Bast. Each city has different religious tendencies. In a given city, one god is usually held in particularly high esteem, and is referred to as its patron god. The others are worshipped as mere local deities, and others may be completely unknown. The patron god of Thinis is Bast. Both patron gods and local deities can become hostile if not shown the respect due their positions. To appease the gods, build enough temples and shrines dedicated to each of them to serve your current population. A working temple sends a priest through the nearby neighborhoods, granting residents access to the worship of his god. Festivals are another way to appease the gods. Build a festival pavilion in the city and instruct your overseer to hold a festival. Consult the overseer to determine the status of each of the gods. Lightning bolts indicate that they're feeling hostile, while a blue mystic symbol indicates that the god is feeling benevolent. The more you see of either, the more likely your city is to feel the god's presence, for better or worse. Click Overlays Religion to see which houses are served by temples. Yes, so time to burn some money building temples for the people. We only have room for one temple in that area. If that space was large, like this one, we could fit more temples, but we cannot, alas. There we go. That should be enough temples. And now the people want entertainment. Demanding little bastards, aren't they? As your city becomes more advanced, some citizens can enjoy leisure time activities, such as taking in a little entertainment. A wide assortment of entertainment is one of the hallmarks of a truly cultured city. But currently, you can only provide entertainment in the form of jugglers. Entertainment venues and jugglers. The juggler needs a venue on which to perform, the smallest of which is called a booth. Build a booth at an intersection to stage juggling performances, and a juggler's school nearby to train performers. Both need access to employee housing and enough workers to staff them. Jugglers trained at the school will proceed to any nearby booth to put on shows, imparting a modest amount of entertainment to the surrounding area. Consult your overseer of diversions to learn more about your city's recreational needs. click Overlays Entertainment to see which houses have access to entertainment. Actually, let's check my religion. Apparently some of my houses over there do not have access to religion, so let's put a temple here. Hoping that takes care of our needs. Now, even if this is a mere work area, I think I'll equip it to get entertained. Are you not entertained? Sorry, couldn't resist. Okay, and yeah, this is the sort of shape that you need a T. Like so, will enable me to build a jump ladder. That's needed. Right here, this is what I was talking about when I said the road connecting this to the main street's a bit short. Because it needs to be a certain length that I can do things like this. I can fit 2 of those in there, but something like this, it would not be close enough to the road to have any impact. In there, stuff like this, when you get the option to decorate your cities and make them pretty, that's what you'd use that sort of shape for, really. I can fit 2 in each of those areas, and employees needed is happening again. Okay. And that was all we needed. The houses evolved to the requisite level that we required without me even noticing. Nice. Yep. I played through this particular loop in terms of the first dynastic period of missions a couple of times, so I vaguely know what I'm doing regarding it, but it still surprises me how smooth things are going, because I have screwed this up horribly from time to time. It's really bad at when it goes wrong.
Excellent! You have built the first true city in this unforgiving land, providing for your citizens' corporal and spiritual needs, and have helped the Thinite Confederacy unify the divided land.
Okay, and I did that in 13 months. My score was in the negative, though, because we ended the mission being in debt. If we'd had the option to continue on, though, I could have fixed that, because we were making money, I just didn't have enough time to make enough of it fast enough, while also doing all of the things. But that doesn't bother me, honestly. We accomplished what we were there to do.